If you were a fan of Duke Nukem, or if you're a fan of boomer shooters in general, there's a new game from 3D Realms that you should probably know about. Phantom Fury, the sequel, but not really a sequel, to the 2019 release Ion Fury, puts you back in the boots of Shelly Bombshell Harrison in this love letter to the retro shooters of old. Now, I covered Ion Fury 2 years ago when it popped up on my radar. I had missed it when it first came out, and I was blown away at how good that game was, and they're back with a soft sequel is what they're calling it. Shelly has awakened from a coma into a brand new world equipped with a new bionic arm and a ton of badass weapons to kill with. From cyborgs to soldiers to mutants, you are in constant over-the-top bloody action at every turn. Well, okay, maybe except for when you want to go fishing or play pinball or darts. Look, this game has a lot of shit to do in it, and 3D Realms has reached out to sponsor a video of me doing all of the shit in this game. The one thing that blows my mind about this game is the amount of interactivity, opening lockers, interacting with computers, playable arcade games, and more. Going through bathrooms and opening stalls reminds me of the good old days of Duke Nukem. That was one of my favorite things to do as a kid, just being able to like go and look at toilets, and then now we're here in 2024, and we're right back where we started. On top of that, there's a small focused skill system for your bionic arms and your weapons that allow you to basically upgrade your character and also add some cool perks for all of your guns. The game features a multitude of different environments, from underground sewer systems to scientific labs to a dingy biker bar, and in my opinion, for a quote-unquote boomer shooter, these levels are all chock full of different art props and textures, and they just look fucking awesome. The artists on this team did an absolutely fantastic job with the game, but my time in Phantom Fury wasn't all sunshines and rainbows, however. The interact system with things like doors getting a little bit finicky when you have multiple things in close proximity, so opening things like lockers or bathroom stalls can get a little tricky with how close you need to get to make sure you're not actually touching the door next to you or wherever you're aiming. There were times where I'd run into actual game-breaking issues. Falling through an elevator shaft to your death and having to restart at a checkpoint was the first time I went, huh, okay. And then a little while later on another mission, there were a ton of minigun placements around that allowed you to just either shred your enemies or use them to like mine rocks to unlock the path forward. Don't ask me why, it's just cool. But if you interacted with some of them, you would jump on the gun and then you just couldn't ever get off, thus leading to having to restart from a checkpoint, and it was very inconsistent. Some guns worked perfectly, some didn't, so it was kind of like a gamble if you wanted to use one, but more often than not, they would just bug out, so I just tried to avoid them altogether. But the problem is sometimes when you had to like mine rocks to get forward, like you needed to use them, and it kind of just forced your hand. You had to restart from checkpoint. Sometimes it would put you far back in this cave, and then you'd have to redo everything you just did. I guess those would be considered game-breaking bugs that I'm hoping get squashed and fixed before launch, but if not, then I'm hoping a patch comes shortly after that can fix these issues. Outside of those issues specifically though, the game is actually pretty fucking sick. As somebody who is knee-deep in developing their own project, it's really cool to see a take on retro art styles, but still having things like great animations and voiceover narration. I'm loving what I'm playing. Seeing the amount of interactables makes me want to do more of that in our own project, because it's just so fucking cool. And I did do a test. This game runs flawlessly on the Steam Deck, even though Steam Deck compatibility is still set to like, it's not fully supported. If you do want to play this on a Steam Deck, you absolutely can, and you should, because it plays really well. And for the launch price of $24.99, my guess is there's also going to be a launch discount. This is actually a pretty slick project. I do want to leave you guys with just some raw gameplay of one of the levels in the game. I don't want to put a bunch of spoilers in here because there is a story, there is narrative, and I don't really want to blow that for anybody who is looking to pick this up. But I did grab some gameplay so you guys can just see what the game is, how it plays, and you can kind of make that call for yourself. The link for the game will be down below in the description, so if you guys do like what you see and you want to pick it up for yourself, feel free to do so down below. Big shout out to 3D Realms for giving me a key early and sponsoring this video. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Big Fry, and this is Phantom Fury.
All right, Doc, I'm in the control room.
There should be a switch to disable the lockdown. Just get ready for a swarm.
Man down! Going in!
Colonel, I found a terminal to call in an airstrike. Permission to blow some shit up?
Granted. Mark your targets using the terminal nearby.
You get what you deserve.
Shelley, that arm of yours isn't just a prosthetic. It was originally developed by Dr. Walter Hull, a scientist on the Manhattan Project. That name rings a bell.
I think so. Great-grandfather?
Sure was. We were able to use his schematics, and our R&D team made it into a modular device capable of many unique upgrades. Get to the GDF terminal and see for yourself.
You're fucking nothing.
Concentrate fire! Bunker down.
Hey, you there! Over here! Apologies for hijacking your communications equipment. It's just that the lockdown has trapped me in here, and I'd really like to get out. If you can find the keycard for the door, I can help you.
Key card, huh? All right, sit tight. I'll be on the lookout.
What's that arm? Cover me!
Don't waste your breath.
Taking cover!
Enough of your bullshit.
Taking cover! Grenade! Cover me! Taking cover! Taking...
keycard yet?
Not yet.
I don't mean to alarm you, but I'm picking up radio chatter from some approaching soldiers. Be careful and get me out of here, fast!